Greetings, Retro and Limmers, and welcome to this Transfer Deadline Day special with me, Harry Redyack, and him, Jim Shyte.
Jim Shyte, mate.
Yes, welcome, mate, to this very special stream on the Retro and Lim Lives. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing sensational, Harold Redyack.
Ah, yes. Well, I should say that my real name is Harry Yak, and his real name is JL76 Gaming. No, it's John Latimer. And tonight we are going to be your hosts for the next 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours, as the transfers roll in. Who's going to come into your club? Who's going to go out? Who knows? If you stay with us for the next 2.5 hours, you can find out right here on Retro and Lim live. We need some music in here. Where's my guitar? No, don't get the guitar. Oh, there we go. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I did want to have a Teletext news ticker tonight, but unfortunately I could not get access to one. But we have the next best thing, and it is the BBC News ticker. And it is currently telling us there are 2 hours remaining on the transfer clock. Every so often we're going to go over to that. And also, as you can see here, we can go over to the comments and bring them up live on the stream, so you will appear right here on this stream. So even if we forget to read your comment out, it'll appear on the television. If you're watching this on the television, that is, which you probably aren't. But yes, back to the ticker, because that's more important. Right, Mr. Jim Shyte, what has been happening so far today on this, the 257th, I don't know, Transfer Deadline Day?
Well, I've got sensational breaking news here, Harold Redyack.
Oh.
Crystal Palace have signed Kessie Anderson from Barton Rovers until 2016 for an undisclosed fee.
Excellent. And do you know who that person is?
He's a guy that used to play for Barton Rovers.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, if anybody's heard of him, please leave a comment in the comments section, because we would love to know. We'd love to know all the backgrounds behind all these players that we're going to be seeing move to and from different clubs tonight. But unfortunately, we do not know nothing. We do not know nothing about these players, because we are mere commentators. And I'm Harold Redyack, and this is my impression of Harold Redyack, and I know nothing. Right then.
You said well at Michael Caine.
Michael Caine! Are you talking about Harry Kane there, actually?
Not a lot of people know that.
I'm Michael Pine, and I am a nosy neighbour. Breaking news, Posh Rage, there will be no incomings at League One Peterborough. Oh, so if you're a Posh fan, it's not a good time for you, ladies and gentlemen, because, of course, the Transfer Deadline Day is the most important day in the whole of the year. What do you say, Mr. Shyte?
Well, I have to interrupt you there because I've got some sensational breaking news coming in right now. It's coming from north of the border from Glasgow Rangers, and they're going to sign absolutely nobody.
Is that good or bad news?
Good, I suppose.
Well, it could be good news if you're playing well, because it means that you don't need to bring anybody in and spend a load of money overpriced players.
No, we're not playing well at all, and the reason we can't buy any players because Mike Ashton has given us a 10 million loan, and we need to pay it back.
Oh, how much is that?
Mike Ashley, I should say. None.
How much of that do you have to pay back so far?
We need to pay it all back by March.
So how much have you paid back thus far?
Well, we only got it last week.
Oh, okay. Really? Oh.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Oh dear, it's not a good idea to take out loans, ladies and gentlemen. Unless it's a football loan, in which case you don't have to pay anybody for the use of the players. Now, I have to ask though, Mr. Jim Shyte, is that picture just a photograph from the television screen?
No, it's my personal picture. I work for Sky Sports, remember, so I got my entourage to take the photo personally.
Oh dear. Can you sign one and send it to me, please?
No problem, mate. That'll be £10.
Oh, I can give you 10 pence.
Oh, okay.
Well, I should say that tonight we have another high-tech innovation on the Retro and Lim live stream, this Transfer Deadline Day football special. It is a feed from BBC 5 Live, and if everything works to plan, you should be hearing that in about 3 seconds. In about 3 seconds because it isn't going to flow.
Very good deals, aren't they?
They're Jedi, I think. It's yeah, they sell well, Chelsea. You can't criticise them for it at all. It's incredible the work that they do to get players.
Well, I hope everything was rather interesting from that feed there because I could not hear it. If I want to hear that, I'll have to put my television on. But there you go. Yes. What were they talking about there, Mr. Jim?
Sorry, I was not paying attention. I was looking at the latest incoming transfer news.
Oh, that's more important. Who cares about 5 Live? Incoming transfer news. Dun, 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 dun. Go.
Well, we've got Martin Olsen. He's on his way to the West Midlands to speak to West Brom in a view of a £4 million move from Norwich City.
Ah, so one of the Olsen twins. I wonder
Yes.
what relation he is to Murray, Kate and Ashley. I always wondered that because they both used to play, didn't they, the Olsen twins? The footballing Olsen twins, that is, for Blackburn Rovers. And I always used to think, oh, they're those little girlies off the TV. Look at you with those flipping American pop star / TV star whatevers. Right. I'm digging myself into a transfer deadline day hole here, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go to the comments and see that we have had absolutely none. But once I refresh, we have Mr. Channel Swifts, and he is here. He says, "What is this load of shite?" Hey, you name-dropped my good friend, Mr. Jim Shyte there. I'll send you a free Swifto, which looks a little bit like a Cheerio. Probably rather tasty.
I want one of those Swiftos cereal, like Swiftios, whatever they're called. I want some.
Yes, Mr. Swifts. When are they going to be coming out? When can we see them in Tesco's? I'll just leave a gap there so we can answer. There you go. He's probably left his answer, but we could not hear him. Right, back to the transfer deadline day feed. Into the final 2 hours, and I'm beginning to wish I'd decided to watch The Mask tonight, too. What? What can I tell you? Roger Johnson has left Wolves after having his contract terminated. Cabral has left Sunderland. In short, nothing much. Well, I should say that those are very interesting pieces of news. So, if you're a Wolves fan or a Sunderland fan, those are very interesting to you. So, don't say such things. Can I just say that we don't endorse the things that the BBC Sport news feed displays tonight?
I would just like to say as well, there is some transfers which are not yet complete in their online speculation stages, but one that we'll watch with interest tonight is the possibility of Ricky Lambert signing for Aston Villa from Liverpool.
All right.
After only 6 months at the club.
Has he been playing much for Liverpool?
Not as far as I know. I think he's mostly been warming the bench.
Well, I'm not a Liverpool fan, but I believe that at first he was scoring quite a few goals for them. But then he sort of frittered away into the fringe of the first team, and he's never been seen since, unfortunately.
I think Lambert's one of those players that's more suited to a middle of the road club like Aston Villa, so I think that would be more of a productive move for him to move to Villa.
Guys, if you're a Villa fan and like to take issue with that statement, please do. Leave yourself a comment. Let's have a look.
Oh, come on, who are they trying to kid? They're not exactly top 4.
Right, here we go. Retro Unlim, say, oh, he's disappeared. Come back. No, I had the comments up there, but now they're gone. It's broken. It's broken. Dun dun dun. I'll have to do a refresh, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll have a look as well.
Yeah, Retro and Lim just left a comment, but unfortunately it disappeared. So we'll get that back up in a minute, and we'll just update you and say that Northern Iron International, Kyle Lafferty, has left the Championship club Norwich City to join some club on loan for the rest of the season. Go on, Jim. Do you want to have a go at pronouncing that?
I can't see. Wait a second. I can't actually see the ticker, so I don't know who he's joined.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Keika Riserspor. There you go. That's my best attempt at whatever club that is there. Read straight from the BBC Sport.
Are they from a Turkish team? They sound like a Turkish team to me.
Yes.
Let me just find out, and I need to see the name in front of me before I can actually pronounce it.
You say he's gone to a team from Turkey? Why? Does Bernard Matthews own that team? I mean...
What the hell?
There you go. It wouldn't be
Interestingly,
Go on.
interestingly, Kyle Lafferty is an ex-Rangers player, so it's interesting to follow his career and see what he's up to now.
Yeah, I often quite like to follow the careers of players that have left my club, which is Wigan Athletic, incidentally. I am Wigan Athletic's only Yak supporter, allegedly. If you are a Yak and support Wigan Athletic, I'd love to hear from you. Let's get together.
Yes.
Make sweet love. Right, let's have a look at the comments again. Oh, Mr. Retro Unlim's comment has disappeared. I don't know what happened. Maybe he deleted it. I don't know.
I'll have a look right now on mine.
Technical problems, ladies and gentlemen.
Channel Swift says everyone wants to taste these sweet things.
These sweet, sweet Cheerios. Although I wouldn't eat those because they're blue. Would you eat a blue Cheerio?
Retro Unlim said Lambert's £5 to Aston Villa, not millions, actually £5. Butler to also join Aston Villa.
But hold on a minute. It says here on the BBC ticker that Ben Smith tells us that Ricky Lambert has decided to stay at Liverpool. Aston Villa, you have 100 minutes and £5 to find a striker. This is like the plot of Brewster's Millions.
Also, just to keep the comments up to date while I'm here, we've got Bad Fuck Up UK. Tim, he says, enjoying the show, guys. Keep it up. Thank you, Tim. Oh,
excellent. I'm glad you can see those. They are appearing now. Yes. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. You can see them live on screen right now. Thank you, everybody that's left us a comment. And please continue to do so. Otherwise, we'll have nothing to chat about. Because it's a very boring transfer deadline day, if you ask me. I'm sure it'll hot up a little bit later on. But for now, it's a little bit sedate. Nothing much happens in the last couple of hours or so. In the last 5 minutes is when it all happens. Right, so let's have a look at some of the January deals that have been going on.
Yes.
Since was it the 2nd of January? It was something weird, wasn't it, this time round? Because they put it back a day.
Yeah, because it's into February for the 2nd, so it probably would have been the 2nd, yeah.
Yes, across Europe, Seydou Doumbia has gone from CSKA Moscow to Roma for 10.8 million.
Ooh.
I don't know who that is, and Suso has gone from Liverpool to AC Milan for an undisclosed fee. Mr. Retro Unlim, how much was that worth? I'm sure on the grapevine somebody said, because usually when it reports on the news that it's an undisclosed fee, the real fee is out there somewhere on the internet for you to find.
Yes.
Juan Cuadrado has gone from Fiorentina to Chelsea for 23.3 million. That is the top transfer today. And Wilfred Boney has gone from Swansea to Manchester City for 28 million. Jeez, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of nuts.
That's a lot of balls.
We're going to see a lot of balls today. That's a lot of balls.
So I think we'll get our own sport. That's cricket.
Yeah, we should do a cricket transfer deadline day special, shouldn't we?
I would so not take part in that.
I don't think we have any cricket fans in Retro Unlim, unfortunately, do we, Mr. Shyte?
I hope not.
What do you mean? I'm a cricket fan.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I remember we talked about the Scottish cricket team once on one of the live streams.
We did, because I said how ex-Rangers goalkeeper Andy Gorham also played international cricket for Scotland.
Yes, of course. That was on the ISS 2000 live stream, but we're not going to talk about that right now.
No.
Because that's cricket, and this is football. Going back to those biggest deals in Europe, Hatem Ben Arfa has gone from Newcastle to Nice on a free.
Oh, that's nice.
It's nice. Hey, hold on. Yeah, there we go. Spurs are keeping Harry Kane, apparently. So there you go.
Isn't that guy out of Emmerdale?
I don't know. I don't watch it. It could be. That's a very apt name for a hurricane-type player, isn't it? The headline writer's dream. Let's go back to the comments momentarily, and go on then. I'll do a hard refresh, and hopefully some more will appear.
Before you do that, can I have I found the name of that club that Kyle Lafferty signed for, and I want to have a go at pronouncing it.
Yes, you may.
Kekar Riserspor.
Well done, yes. And if anybody out there wants to attempt to pronounce that, I would love to hear it. Probably better than ours.
In the comments.
Yeah, yes. It's a lot harder in text, I always find.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. You can see that the BBC Sport Ticker has comments from the general public coming in there. Unfortunately, we do not have a Twitter account that you can tweet to, but we do have the comments section, so please do leave your comments, although it's somewhat malfunctioning at the moment. They only appear when they want to appear, unfortunately.
You can if you want. You can tweet at JL76Gaming. And
All right.
Tweets, right.
Mr. Jim Shyte will keep up with the tweets tonight. Anyway, going back to the January deals, Gabriel Paulista has gone from Villarreal to Arsenal for 11.2 million.
Woo. Shock horror. Arsenal sign a player. Wow.
Jeez, yeah. Wenger's got his finger out of his pocket. Really want to see those fingers. Really want to see those fingers. And of course, it's just gone off the screen, but Callum McManaman has gone from Wigan Athletic to West Bromwich Albion for, I think it was 4.5 mil.
Interesting.
And that was that on Thursday last week? Oh, I can't remember. I think it was Friday last week. So there you go. And don't be offended if I talk copiously about Wigan Athletic tonight.
Aidan Bliss is on the comments. He says hi.
Hi, Aidan. Are you a football fan?
I don't know if he's a football fan, but I do know one thing that he does love. He loves FG.
FG?
It says that's what it says. It says I love FG.
What on earth is FG? Aidan, what's
FG?
FG? I don't know. Is he a footballer, perhaps?
Dare we ask what it is? do we want to know?
It's Steven Gerrard's father, Fred Gerrard. FG.
Ah.
Yeah, or a field goal.
Maybe it's I love football, guys. I love football, guys.
Yeah. If it were you, it would be I love football, mates. There he is.
Sensational. Sensational.
There you go. You can see yourself live on the Retro Unlim live stream. Isn't this a brilliant new innovation, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, look at that. And Harry Yack's got 100 messages. Don't check them. Might be incriminating stuff in there. There will be. I'm telling you now. Right, let's go back to the transfer deadline day ticker. Mr. Jim,
yes.
Do you have anything to say at this juncture? Perhaps what has been happening today in the world of football transfers?
Well, I can tell you that in Scotland, Celtic are trying to hang on to Chris Commons. There has been a lot of speculation about him possibly moving back down south, but nothing as yet. And the Scottish deadline is actually at midnight, so they've got 1 more hour.
From a personal point of view, I would absolutely love for Wigan Athletic to put a bid in for him. Maybe 3-4 million. I don't know. They might want a bit more than that, but he'd be certainly worth the spend. Yeah. I don't know if you saw the the Glasgow derby on Sunday, Mr. JL76.
I'm trying to block out of my mind.
Shall we move on from that?
Yes.
I think we should. Right. Daria is going to Upton Park, the cartoon character. Wow.
Hold on, diarrhea?
Diarrhea. Who on earth is Daria? The Brazilian player. These Brazilian players, why do they never have first names?
Because they do have first names. They have several names, but usually they just go under a nickname.
Yes, like Pele, who's currently playing for Southampton, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm a bit old for that.
It's a different Pele. Right. Comments. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, you can appear live in the comments.
Yes.
So, post them. Even if you're not a football fan, just post silly things and we'll comment on them. Because this is mainly a football show, but undoubtedly we will drift into things like video games.
I think to break up the minority of, does that sound the right word? To break up the transfer talk, we may talk about retro games, possibly. Who knows?
Yes, retro football games, perhaps. Because I... Oh, sorry, I was just falling asleep there because nothing has happened for the last 10 minutes. But
I've got breaking news. Sensational. Plymouth Argyle have snapped up Anthony O'Connor from Blackburn Rovers on a permanent deal.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the most exciting news of the whole evening so far. Right, I have currently the 301 feed on my television. That is Freeview Channel 301 here in the UK, and that is hosted by the BBC. That has a rolling news ticker along the bottom, and the audio is fed in from 5 Live, and that's where you heard the audio from earlier. And currently we have some bloke speaking into a microphone, and at the other side of the table there is another bloke, and I don't know who he is. This is riveting stuff. I now know why people tune in from all over the world to see this, because it's so thrilling. Oh, it's Phil Neville.
Oh.
So, oh dear, we're all falling asleep here. I'm terribly sorry about this.
Just Phil Neville. He got a bit of stick during the World Cup.
Oh, yes, indeed. He wasn't the best of commentators, was he? My favourite quote from one of the games that he was commentating on was, "He's isolated, all on his own up front." The king of tautology there, Mr. Phil Neville.
Actually, you just gave me an idea. This can make it interactive with whoever's watching, the viewers.
Yes.
Give us your best football clanners, as in things that commentators have said that have been stupid. Like, for example, I remember Alan McInally was commenting on the Rangers Hearts game, and he said, "Oh, Rangers are about to a 5-man back four." You know, so if you've got anything like anyone's like that, just let us know.
It's like Wigan Athletic.
Yeah.
They play with an 8-man back four.
Yeah.
There you go, Mr. Aidan Bliss. I just replied to your comment live on the stream. Now, isn't that cool? Mr. Harry Yak replied rather than Retro Unlim Live. Who is that Retro Unlim Live bloke? I have no idea.
No
yes, just to answer a question that many people ask on the Retro Unlim live stream. Who are you, you mysterious Mr. Retro Unlim Live person? Well, here's the answer. I am Harold Rutherford-Yack. And I hope that answers the question for all you people out there. But Robert Huth has signed for Leicester City from Stoke City. That's a fairly good signing. Go on.
I was just going to say that's a good signing for Leicester, who are struggling down at the foot of the table, so they need to do something.
Yes, indeed. Oh, please don't talk about struggling down at the bottom of the table, because a certain team, which a certain Yak supports, is currently doing that. Carl's Gill has gone from Valencia to Villa for 3.2 million, and that was earlier this month. Scotty Sinclair has gone on loan to Villa from Man City. Another ex-Wigan Athletic player. He didn't get much of a chance, but he scored one fairly famous goal in the Cup against Hull on a freezing cold afternoon that only 4,000 people attended.
Have Wigan still got Sean Maloney?
Nope, he has gone to FC Toronto. I'm not sure how much for, I can't remember.
Oh, he's going to Canada, is he?
Well, he's coming towards the end of his contract. He was coming towards the end of his contract here at Wigan Athletic at the end of the season, but he wanted to go, so we let him. We don't want to stand in anybody's way.
Yeah.
You shouldn't do that, because if you've got an unhappy player, as anybody who's played championship manager will know, it's not good keeping an unhappy player. Sorry, that was probably highly offensive to you, Mr. Jim Shyte.
Have you heard? Oh, sorry, that was a Blackburn accent. Carry on.
You've got to do a Wigan accent to get back at me now.
I've got to do a Wigan accent.
I think that was worse than mine. All right, here we go. The game shed. Where's your Range Rover with Peter Odemwingie in the boot, Harry? Well, it's just outside, but... Well, this is Wigan, so I've got to keep my eye on it, make sure nobody steals it. So unfortunately, it's not going to appear on the stream. I could pipe in my CCTV footage if you like.
This a done deal just went through, actually. This is quite interesting. It's because this guy's been, there's been speculation about him in the past going to a bigger club. But anyway, Derby County have just signed Tom Ince on loan until the end of the season.
I rate Tom Ince, sorry.
Yes, they are. Yep.
Yes, indeed. It seems that whenever he plays Wigan Athletic, he has a good game.
And
Does
everybody?
Yes, of course. But isn't that the son of Paulins?
It is, yes.
Yeah, football lineage. Here's a question. How many black managers can you name in the British leagues?
Chris Kamara.
Is he a manager? No, current manager.
Or current manager.
Yeah.
Oh,
what's his name? Is it Steve Powell for Charlton? Is he a...
Yeah, him. I was going to say.
Is that his name? Yeah.
Neil Lennon.
Right, I think we better move on from this subject because it could get rather touchy indeed. Yes. It was supposed to be the section in which we say, racism, kick it out of football. There we go.
Okay.
But unfortunately, it's fallen. It's fallen on stony ground. So let's go back to the comments. Retro Unlim says, comments he's like the Eto of Britain. Is he the Eto of Britain? Is he like the brain of Britain?
I thought he was going to say the Esso of Britain.
the British oil, British petroleum of Britain. Okay, Chelsea signed Cuadrado stat attack. He has scored 26 goals in 106 appearances for his former club.
You can always rely on Chelsea to spend a few bob in the transfer window.
Ah, yes, of course. What have Manchester United been doing so far in this transfer window? Do you know?
Sorry, pardon? I was looking at this transfer news, I wasn't. Carry on.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Nobody cares about Manchester United. Right, let's have a look at some of the gossip that's going on currently around the country. The former Everton midfielder Tim Cahill, 35, is mulling over a shock return to the English Premier League.
Ooh.
While offers from China, the UAE and Qatar are also on the table according to the Daily Telegraph. Here's one for you, Mr. Retro and Lim. Liverpool could sign Burnley striker Danny Ings, 22, today and send him back to Turf Moor for the remainder of the season in a US-style agreement which allows contract rights to be passed over at a future date. Now, Mr. Retro and Lim, I'd like to hear more about that because that's an interesting idea. What's all that business that's going on with Frank Lampard at the moment? Super Frankie Lampard, he basically always comes off the bench to score a goal. But officially, is it New York? He's a New York player?
New York, I believe, yeah.
Yeah. But for some reason, he's playing for Manchester City to the end of the season. Something fishy is going on there.
Yes. Weird.
Yeah.
I've got the first piece of transfer news from Scotland so far this evening. And St Mirren from the Paisley area in Glasgow have signed a player from Spurs. Yeah. On loan until the end of the season, they've signed Emmanuel Sunupi, 18-year-old attacking midfielder who came through Spurs Academy and has played for England's under-18s.
There we go. We'll just get that ticker up again. What's his name, sorry? Shipupi?
Emmanuel Sunupi.
Snoopy?
Sunupi.
Snoopy from Peanuts. Oh, I loved his films.
Yes.
Comments time! Meanwhile, Mr. Jim Shyte, do you have any more news?
Did you already mention about Wigan signing Gaetan Bong?
No, I haven't mentioned about that. But first, I'll just say that Novabug, he cannot watch on his phone. Damn you, Redyack, for replacing Canova. Lol.
Why doesn't Canova come on and bring us the most up-to-date news from QPR?
That's because he's awaiting the arrival of Canova Jr., which is like Donkey Kong Jr., only not as fat. Moving on, Gashead Steve says, update me with Bristol Rovers transfers, or I'll go on and on about Wigan Pathetic. Please do.
I'll get on it, Steve.
Please do go on and on about Wigan Pathetic. I'd love you to. Aidan Bliss says, no. FG stands for Fallen Gate from EverQuest 2. Thank you for clearing that up for us. Mr. Channel Swifts says, did you see that ludicrous display last night?
Which display?
He's probably been to a firework display to celebrate the nearly end of the transfer window.
Maybe.
Yeah, I can't think what on earth he's talking about. Glasgow Derby.
I think you'll find it's called the Old Firm Derby.
Right. Retro Unlim says, Gerard's dog is called Wellard.
What?
It probably is.
That's a dog from EastEnders.
It probably is. That's brilliant. Oh, excellent. We could do a Mr. Retro Unlim on the stream tonight, but he's actually working hard on the new Retro Unlim website, so we should leave him alone. All right, here we go. Gashead Steve says, Scott Sinclair came from Rovers. Just saying.
Gashead Steve, as requested, I do have some transfer news for you for Bristol Rovers, and it's good news. Bournemouth defender Josh Wakefield has joined Conference side Bristol Rovers on a month-long loan. 21-year-old spent a majority of 2014 with Welling United and Torquay United.
There you go. That's tailored transfer news, just for you, Mr. Gashead Steve. If anybody supports a particular team and you'd like us to talk about them, please do just say, there you go. And Mr. Jim Shyte will look them up for you.
Jim Shyte will furnish you with the information. Sensational.
There he is, mates. Jim Shyte will look it up for you. And there you go.
Yeah.
Retro Unlim says, these same owners of Man City own the American team, hence why he plays for City.
That's fishy.
Fishy indeed. Something dodgy going on there. Right. Hatton Benafa has gone from... said that, didn't I? Josie Altidore has gone to Toronto on loan, I believe that said, but it's just scrolled away, so no!
So Toronto have got him and Sean Maloney. Wow.
Yes.
That's going to be some team.
Lone Boys Posts team, maybe. I don't know.
No, that's Liverpool and Bristol.
Oh, you can't support two teams.
Him and Gashead, both of them.
Well, that's strange.
Yeah.
Mr. Retro Unlim, who are your first team? Oh, ho, ho. Because we know that Liverpool are your second team. Winding everybody up tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Right, so these comments are coming in thick and fast now, although I believe they all happened about an hour ago, because the technology is slow. The game shared.
Or your computer's slow, sorry to interrupt.
Probably both, actually.
Yeah.
Mr. Jim Shyte, I've got a research project for you here. The
Okay.
Game Shed say, any decent Tottenham signings yet? Or are we just offloading lots of youngsters?
I will research it, but I do know you've sent one of your young players on loan to St Mirren, as I mentioned about 5 minutes ago.
Ah, there you go.
Snoopy.
Snoopy. We should go to Scotland soon for some more updates. Look at this. Chris in Cirencester says, yawn. Transfer what day? Well, come on. It's been fairly interesting. We've had Manchester United signed a packet of quavers from Newcastle. Oh, I don't know. It has been boring, hasn't it? Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of this stream. Nah, it isn't.
Goodbye.
Really. It isn't really. Jack Cork. During January, Jack Cork has gone from Southampton to Swansea on an undisclosed fee. And I am going to do that throughout this evening, where I just randomly read out the January signings because they keep scrolling past. Okay, Bale on his way. BAA on his way. Look, it says BAA on his way. Oh, you troll, BBC. I thought it said Bale. Tottenham confirmed that Benoit Asuakoto has been released from his contract with the club. Who knew he was still there? Well, I did. There's no need to be sarky, Mr. Tottenham supporting whoever you are. Who's this anyway? David Blytheway. The view from the gamer world. Ah, this is somewhat relevant, considering this is a gaming channel. Something about Darren Fletcher you can read there. I'll get that up for you. And a fantastic picture. You can read that at your own leisure. There we go.
Just to answer the Game Shed request about Tottenham transfers, apparently MK Dons midfielder Del Ali is currently having a medical at Tottenham ahead of completing a £5 million move to White Hart Lane.
Okay. Del Ali.
Del
Doolally.
Del
Ali. Is that Del Boy from Only Fools and Horses, isn't it? That's him.
You
That's what he's
plonker.
got. Rodney, you plonker! Right, let's have a look at some more transfer gossip live from the BBC. Arsenal will attempt to sign Southampton's French midfielder Morgan Schneiderlin, 25, in a 25 million deal, so that's 1 million for every year of his life.
Ooh, Arsenal splashing the cash tonight.
London calling from the faraway towns. War is the Stoke City manager Mark Hughes is set to make a deadline day bid to be reunited with Emmanuel Adebayor, who played under him at Manchester City. I feel that is slightly out of date now because I don't think he did that.
Right.
Steve was telling me something about that earlier. The Qatari club Al Gharafa have made an improved bid of 5 mil plus add-ons for the West Brom striker Brown Ide. An interesting piece of gossip. So, I believe you were doing a bit of research there, Mr. Shyte.
Yes. I already did my Tottenham news for the Game Shed.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I thought there would have been more. Is that it?
It's all at the moment. Yeah, but we will bring the news fast and first here on the Retro Unlim transfer thing. Sensational, mate.
Sensational, mate. Anyway, here's a piece of gossip from the BBC site concerning Tottenham. Once again, it may be out of date, disclaimer. A deal taking the 27-year-old Tottenham winger Aaron Lennon to Hull is off, alerting the likes of Everton, Swansea, Stoke, and Sunderland. But I don't believe he's gone anywhere since, and there are only 80 minutes if somebody wants to sign him. Because, of course, 11 p.m. is the cut-off point.
Get your checkbook out.
Get your blankety-blank checkbook and pen out. Ha! Here we go. Retro Unlim says, Harry Kane resigned. That'll do. He actually says Harry Kane re-signed. But it looks like he's put resigned. Dude.
I do actually have some more breaking Tottenham news, actually, funnily enough. Tottenham can confirm that Benoit, is that a wrestler? Asu Ekoto has been released from his contract with the club. Who knew he was still there?
Ah,
Yeah.
I did. Well, here we go. Steve, Mr. Gashead Steve, says, not strange, Mr. Yak. The first team I supported was Liverpool growing up in the 70s. Bristol Rovers moved to Bath, where I lived. So to get my football fix, I started watching them, got really into them, and they are now my first team. And seeing they rarely play each other, I'm pretty much safe with having two teams. Now, thank you for explaining that to me, because I now know you're not a glory hunter, because the vast majority of people who support two clubs are. So there you go. Xherdan Shaqiri has gone from Bayern Munich to Inter Milan on an undisclosed fee.
Shakira? Ooh.
His hips don't lie.
No.
Hey! Right, let's see if anybody else has left some comments here. From about 15 minutes ago. No, Aidan Bliss has replied to my comment from earlier saying, hello there!
Oh, excuse me. The transfer window really is exciting.
Well, howdy, partner. This is going to be an ongoing saga this evening where we just keep saying hello to each other.
Do you think I should play a football game live?
Yes, let's do that for a
Yes.
bit. And...
You keep on talking and I'll get a football game on the go.
Okay, right, let's go to the news ticker once again. Let's see what's happening in the world of the transfers from the BBC. Done deals. 2 Football League strikers on the move. Bolton, boo! Connor Wilkinson has joined Oldham on loan for the rest of the season, while Shrewsbury have brought in Tyrone Barnett from Peterborough for an undisclosed fee. So there you go. Don't say this transfer deadline day has been boring, because that is the most interesting thing that's happened so far. And it's hotting up. It's only going to get hotter, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit later on, we're going to be having nude ladies. So stay around for that. We aren't really.
Oh.
Just in case the censors are listening.
Oh.
Because I know they watch this. They always take Dave off on the regular Retro Unlim live stream. So, January deal. Kyle Norton, Tottenham to Swansea, £5 million. The game shed, I'm sure they know that. Oh, what's this?
All of a sudden, we're getting so much Tottenham news.
Yes, here we go. We've got a bit of an update from David Bythway, the FIFA gamer, on Aaron Lennon from Tottenham. He says, Aaron Lennon is one of the fastest and most agile players on FIFA.
Well, there you go.
Really? Really? BBC, you need
It's a pity he's not in real life.
Yeah, BBC, you need to get your priorities straight. By the way, who's that pulling his shirt in the picture? He's got a massive eye patch in the form of a football. The executioner would be proud. Yar. Anyway, to continue this without dying of laughing. If I ever play with Spurs, he's always a starter. 92 pace, 94 agility, and 92 balance. Am I really doing this?
Yep.
It would be a good fit for Everton, who lack any real pace in wide positions. Well, there you go. A sly dig at Everton. We should get one of these gamers in. Anybody out there want to be a game correspondent today? Any big FIFA players out there can tell us how these players are in FIFA? Go on.
Well, I do have FIFA 15, but I have to confess I've only played it twice, so I've just not had a chance, so I really can't help.
That's actually quite ingenious in a way. The fact that they got a gamer. Right, what's this? Salah has left Chelsea. Mohamed Salah, he's gone. But we knew all about that, apparently. I didn't know. Right, comments. Before Mr. Jim Shyte play some games.
Yes.
Retro Unlim says, Harry, who are signing tonight? Don't you mean who is signing tonight? Any strikers? Do you mean Wigan Athletic? Isn't that Bong bloke a striker? Oh dear, I should have done my research. I'll look that up soon when Mr. Shyte is playing his game. Guesshead Steve says, although I do wish I didn't have two teams, double heartbreak when they don't do well. Well, I guess when one doesn't do so well, you can fall back on the other one. So, there you go. That's one of the benefits of having two teams. Retro and Lim says, Gashead used to support Liverpool in the 70s when he was in his 50s. Burn. Right. Can we switch to your screen now?
Go for it, and I want you to pick the teams that we're going to play as.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Is Wigan Athletic on there somewhere?
No, not
Go
in this
on.
version. No.
Do Rangers.
Okay.
Who are B68?
I think they're from the Faroe Islands.
Are they like B52s? Love Shack,
Love Shack, baby.
Love Shack, Love Shack, foo. That's a song for Mr. Shack Stew.
Right. Who should we play?
Let's see here. Who've we got? Arsenal.
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 Okay. We're up there.
Drink.
Okay. You do want to make it hard for me, don't you? Okay. I'm going to go for a 4-3-3 formation here. And Dale Gordon. Who remembers Dale Gordon?
So what's the game you're playing here?
This is Sensible Soccer on a Mega Drive.
All right. Sensi.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have that. I have Super Kickoff, but that's it.
So, you're vanished from this stream. Jim Shyte is now taking over.
Go on.
Sensational mates. I'm playing Sensible Soccer.
Novabug. Go on.
That's it, I'm done.
Alright. Novabug says, Zarate may return to West Ham. Matt Jarvis coming into QPR. Maybe. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Novabug said that. So you can all... Yes, sorry, Chris Canova said that. So you can... Yeah, you can all pay him. And that was the latest comment.
Okay, we're started.
And
Oh, dear.
Gassett Steve is very unhappy with what Retro Unlim's been saying. But let's go to our game here that we've got. Okay, so this is Sensible World of Soccer. Is it sensible?
Just Sensible Soccer. This is the version before SWOS came out. This is the Mega Drive port.
Okay.
It was always better on the Amiga, which is the one that I grew up with, and it was the original one was the Amiga.
Now, because the players are so small, is it quite difficult to control them?
No, the gameplay is really good. It's still to this day, I swear that it's still the best gameplay in a football game I've ever played.
Oh, I'm sure a lot of people out there will disagree with us. Guys,
yay!
Please. Unfortunately, this stream is about 15 seconds behind. We've only just got the goal. Guys, please post your favourite football games in the comments, and we will tell you why you are wrong.
Yes.
I'm lying, actually. Sensi Soccer is not my favourite football game.
Ooh.
It is International Superstar Soccer 64.
Ah, but so it's incidentally, I was playing on a real N64 for the first time at the weekend.
Do you mean to say you are emulating it beforehand?
Yes.
You pirate! Well, of course, the executioner is, of course, a pirate. Har!
But the executioner has managed to loot a real N64 for me, and then we're playing it, the real game.
Are there different sizes of player in this game? Because it looks like some of the guys are fatter than others.
There shouldn't be.
It's probably just the way the streams come through.
Mind you, these Rangers players are Scottish, so they're bound to be fatter.
Oh dear. I hope no Scottish people are watching this because they're going to be tuning out.
Yay! Sorry, that was a spoiler because you're behind on me.
No, it's okay, it's okay. The Game Shed says, I want to see you guys outside one of the grounds, waiting for signings to drive through, with lots of teenagers shouting behind you.
Well, I could go to my nearest ground, which is Hamilton Accies, but I don't think they'll actually sign anybody, so...
Also, they'd throw you out.
Yeah.
You're walking around with a microphone saying, "This is Jim Shyte, mates! What's happening here?" Then a kid moons the camera.
I do love it when the reporters are outside in frozen cold and you've got all the little chavs behind them going, "Hey, we're good."
Right, Cheltenham have made their fourth signing of the day, bringing in midfielder Jordan Winter on a free transfer from the League One leaders, Bristol City. Well, there you go. And, Mr. Jim Shyte, if you want to just do a quick commentary of this game, and I will try and load up a Twitter feed.
Right, so the problem with this, guys, is it's actually going to be on a delay. So I'm seeing what's happening about 5 seconds before you're seeing it. So it's going to be very hard to do an actual live commentary, but I'll try my best.
Well, we've got to fight through these things. That's the true skill of a Let's Player.
Currently it's Rangers 2, Arsenal nothing, and I think Dale Gordon scored the first goal, and I think Mark Gately got the other one, I can't quite remember.
Right, let's load up the hashtag for Deadline Day.
Yes.
So we can have that up as an extra piece of tech. Geez, Harry Yak's got 32 notifications. Don't know what's going on there. Has everybody been tweeting to me? Guys, let's have a look. Mates, rather. Let's see if anybody has been tweeting to me. Oh no, nothing football related. So, we'll go back to the transfer deadline day feed. Although you can't see it currently.
See, this is why I like playing retro computer games, because especially football games, because that's in those days Rangers actually had a good team.
Well,
you know, they possibly could have beaten Arsenal on their day.
Well, can't you just cheat in modern games and change the skills of the players?
No, yeah, I can do that in modern day. I'm just saying, like, Rangers are shite in real life now, whereas back in the day they were actually half decent. So
there we go.
There you go.
We have the feed there. for transfer deadline day. So you can see that soon. We can keep up to date with what's going on. Okay, excuse me. At Rachel with 2 A's says, finally, Harry makes an appearance. When even he has nothing going on, you know it's a terrible #deadline day. Harry Redknapp, this is Toby at Toby Macker, he says, Harry Redknapp not doing the interview in his car has to be the biggest disappointment of the day. None of these guys are Retro Unlim followers, they're just random people that I've plucked out of the air. Hannah says, deadline day.
Yeah.
And also, Adam Legg says, this transfer deadline day is brutal. They want us to close this down, don't they?
People are here for the transfers, but the transfers just aren't happening.
And here we have some more people. Biggest news on deadline day. Harry has had his car nicked. They're all talking about, is that trending currently, about Redknapp's car? Sadly not.
No.
Jim White is, though. He's the evil cousin of you.
Evil cousin. He's my evil twin brother.
Right. I see your feed has died. So, let's go back to the comments. Retro Unlim says, are you signing anyone tonight, Mr. Redyack? You're on Sky Sports. I'm on Sky Sports News, am I? Oh no! Redyack's secret identity has been revealed. I shall look that up for you, Mr. Unlim, because I am curious myself. The Game Shed say, fave football game is ISS 64. Hold on. Or 98 on the N64. Well, yes, somebody else on the IS64 side. Okay, let's take a look and see who Wigan Athletic are signing. And this is just for Mr. Retro Unlim, because of course, I wouldn't do this normally. Because you're not interested in Wigan Athletic, are you?
No.
Okay. Do you want to fill in for me, Mr. Shyte, while I do this?
Yes, Shrewsbury have brought in Tyrone Barnett from Peterborough in an undisclosed fee.
Undisclosed, that's a flipping cop-out, isn't it?
Is there any Shrewsbury fans in the feed tonight, in the comments tonight? Let us know. Probably not.
No, there's no football fans in the feed tonight. Right, hold on. I found an interesting tweet here from @SlowSportsNews. He says, Wigan Athletic complete the signing of Victor Moses from Crystal Palace for $2.5 million. I do recommend @SlowSportsNews, by the way.
Yeah, I've seen some of that before. Yeah, it's quite good.
Today, Fraser Fivey has left Wigan Athletic. He's had his contract terminated. And also, Paul, hold on a sec. No, somebody is tweeting nonsense here. That's not true. We have not signed Paul Pogba. Although for a minute there, I thought we did. You had me going, you swine.
Fraser Fifey is an ex-Aberdeen player.
All right, we might have signed him from there, actually.
Yeah, I think you probably did.
Okay. Adebayor, not Adebayor again. I'm not reading that out. Oh, sorry, I should do it for the Game Shed. Okay. I am told West Ham are still working on a deal to sign Emmanuel Adebayor.
Emmanuel, sexy.
Yeah.
Harry... Sorry, I was not thinking of the film, sorry.
Sorry, go on.
I was thinking of the film, sorry, carry on.
Ah, okay. Harry Redyack's QPR are interested and remain so. But the player has indicated he is willing to join West Ham. Now down to whether the Spurs chairman Daniel Levy allows him to. So there you go. That's just for you, Game Shed. Once again, tailored transfer information. Right. Any news from Scotland, Mr. Shyte?
Yes. Rangers have still not signed the player.
Hey! Is that still good or still bad?
That's
Mr. Retro Unlim says, Martin, mention a back door. I just did. There you go. I hope you're happy now, Steve.
The good news is that Rangers haven't sold any players yet today, so as long as we can hang on to our players, then that's got to be good.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Don't want to be going signing people on transfer deadline day with these excuse me, these extortionate prices that the clubs usually sell their players for. Right,
Yeah.
Harry Redknapp. Why is Harry Redknapp on TV again? Get off! He's not even doing anything.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I'm just looking at some hashtag transfer deadline stuff here. Somebody called at Idiot11 says, slow transfer deadline and no dildos in reporters' ears. All feels a bit of a letdown.
Guys, if you live near a ground, get on down there with your favourite vibrator and stick it in the ears. We have the Twitter feed, guys. This has to be the most boring transfer deadline day ever, okay? Fletcher likely to go to West Brom. Oh, hot gossip there. Transfer deadline day is trending at 9:56 p.m. in the UK.
This is a piece of news which may have come in handy a little while ago if you were still at work, but I suspect that most people who are not at work would listen to this. But if you are still at work, there's a website, a secret website, that hides the live updates from your boss.
Oh, what's the name of the website? We can load it up now.
Right, let's have a look. I'm loading it up now. It is it's on the Daily Star website, so it's dailystar.co.uk. It's a bit long-winded. /news/latest hash news, not hash, hyphen news /423369
What's the name of the? I'll Google it.
Yeah.
What's the name of the page? And I shall Google it. Is it just at dailystar.co.uk?
Yes. Yeah.
The blog, maybe?
Not a blog.
Transfer deadline day live. You can hide it from your boss. I want to
Yes.
see this.
Yeah.
It's currently loading.
Sneaky live tweets and updates are being fed through the website, despite it looking like a boring spreadsheet.
I want to get this up. I want to see it now.
Incidentally, disclaimer, if you do go to the Daily Star website, it can occasionally have a bit of smut on it, so that's not our fault. Because the story at the bottom of the page is about a teenager being arrested for making a porn movie in a library.
Well, I don't think we should load that up then, because we don't want that sort of thing happening. Here we go. Former Real Madrid youngster Gerardo Bruma joins Accrington Stanley on transfer deadline day. And there he is.
A good Lancashire team.
Yes, of course. It's interesting what you learn scrolling through Twitter. And I should say, sorry for the language. Harry Redknapp, get in the haddock. I've got a bet going down. What? Where is Natalie Sawyer? Rubbish! Chelsea have done the best business in the transfer market easily. Take note, United. Right, let's have a look at our own comments. Retro Unlim says, deadline day. Get back in the kitchen and make my tea. What do you want, Retro Unlim? I'll make you a sandwich.
A jam sandwich. Get on it.
A sandwich with jam in.
Yeah.
And I hope you like jamming too.
That's how Bob Marley likes his sandwiches with jam in. Yes.
Here we go. Sky, Wigan Athletic had signed Tom Ince from Derby County on a free transfer. That's not true. Oh, what's this? Europe, the final countdown. 1 hour to go. I couldn't find the Daily Star sneaky spreadsheet, by the way.
Oh.
No, that's nonsense, Mr. Retro Unlim, because we've already read out about Tom Ince, I believe.
Yeah, that was some exclusive news that I broke earlier.
Yeah.
He's going to Derby County on loan, isn't he?
Yeah, you're making stuff up there, Retro Unlim, you troll. Oh, look at those pictures there. Fantastic.
What?
Right, here we go. Just to update you on the biggest news there. The window closes at 11 p.m. in the UK, midnight in Scotland, so you've got an extra hour up there north of the border. Chelsea signed Cuadrado for our initial 23 mil. Schürrle and Salah have left. while Zaha confirms a permanent Palace return, plus more.
Yes.
It gets frothy, according to the ex-Hull City chairman Paul Duffin. I don't know what on earth he's talking about, but let's scroll down and have a look at this fantastic piece of 80s military art. Oh, look at those mullets.
Oh, we should have had a retro Tash football special.
No,
We
we could have done.
what, yeah.
So which of those are female then? The one on the right looks like Sweet Gamer Raz.
Oh, let me have a look. Sweet Gamer. I'm sure he'll be pleased with that.
Guys, please leave comments. Who are these guys? Which YouTubers are they? Which retro and limmers?
The one on the our right is Scott Bailey.
The snob. Oh, he won't watch this. He doesn't like football.
Yeah, I'll get away with it.
Okay, we'll go back to that later. Steve, have you got any more trolling news for us? Let's see. I don't think so. Oh, okay. Sky. Rangers have signed Tom Ince. Oh, I read that. Wigan Athletic.
What?
No, sorry. Rangers have signed Tom Ince from Wigan Athletic in a free transfer. Wow, it's all happening fast.
As if.
He's just posting nonsense to make it more interesting for us, I think.
Rangers were just lucky they could sign a janitor.
Oh, Max Schwarzer has gone to Leicester on a free. I believe that was last week. I remember hearing about it.
Is that the goalkeeper from Chelsea?
Yes, the legendary goalkeeper.
Yeah.
I wonder how old he is now.
He's got to be at least 40, 41, something like that.
Yeah, he must be about 45 at least. He must be about 110 years old! Back to Twitter. Shall we announce a hashtag? What are we going to have? So people can tweet to us.
Hashtag Jim Shyte transfer deadline.
Shall we just have Jim Shyte with a Y?
Hashtag Jim Shyte before your latest transfer.
Hey, look, there's already a dude on Twitter called Jim Shyte. Let's have a look.
No.
Is it you?
No, not me.
Well, let's have a look. And the only thing he's ever tweeted is this, on the 13th of June. A load of old bollocks. Yeah. Fantastic insight. Okay, let's go.
That's on his tweet.
Right, hashtag Jim Shyte with a Y. Please tweet to it, and we shall read them out.
Get it trending.
Get it trending, ladies and gentlemen. If you can get it trending, I will give you 1.5 Maltesers each.
Wow, that's definitely food for thought.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tom Ince is once again trending. But I shall leave that up, and we shall see soon if anybody tweets to it. Once again, that is hashtag Jim Shyte, and it's up there in the bar, if you forget how to spell it. Right. Okay, the news is drying up currently, so let's go back to the gossip sheets. You'll like this, Liverpool fans. Liverpool are planning a late bid for the Real Madrid midfielder, Asier Illaramendi, who is 24, and he is also a target for the Arsenal and Manchester United football teams in the United Kingdom.
Never heard of him.
Tottenham defender Yunus Kabul is set to move across London and join West Ham in a £2.5 million deal. Presumably, he's stolen Redknapp's car to get there. Spurs have also been in negotiations to sell Kabul to the Italian side, Roma. Oh, here we go. First Manchester United news of the day. There you go. Guys, we're not going to do any Manchester United news in case you haven't cottoned onto that by now.
Dan Fletcher went somewhere, didn't he?
He may have, but who cares?
Who
It's
cares?
Manchester United.
Yeah, but he's a Scotland player, so I care.
Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. Let's just check the comments. Can I just say, Google, you need to sort out this comment system.
Yes.
Because a lot of retro and Lim's comments have just disappeared I don't know what's going on.
Oh, sorry, it's me. I'm censoring them.
Oh, are you?
Yes.
Oh, that's rich coming from a guy who's called Jim Shyte.
Well, it's sensational. But what can I say?
Yeah, it's sensational, mates.
Yeah.
Retro Unlim Live understands that deadline day is boring, mates.
Hashtag. Yes.
There we go. Hashtag 10Zs. Let's go back to the deadline day.
So, Harry, Redyack, do you think something really exciting will happen 5 minutes before the deadline?
Ooh, yes, I believe it shall. It always
Yay.
does, and it'll probably involve Wigan Athletic. Probably involve us selling all our players.
I do like leave that picture up of the
Yeah.
of the lady in the yellow dress. I do like her.
Yeah, look what it says along the bottom there. It isn't. This is officially the most boring transfer deadline day ever, because what's actually happened while we've been on the air?
And
And that was a real yawn. That was a real yawn, ladies and gentlemen. It is that boring.
Yeah. Right. Let's have a look at the latest news. Done deal. Literally a done deal. Matt Dunn has left Rochdale for fellow League One promotion chasers Sheffield United for an undisclosed fee. And here's one for Nova. Oh, what's his name now?
Chris Canova.
Chris Canova. QPR's Bruno Andrade has joined Stevenage on a one-month deal.
Very exciting indeed.
Yes.
Bruno Andrade. And also, we have more information here from David Bythway, who is the BBC's resident gamer. Tom Ince is a great signing for Derby. And then, here we go. Derby don't have great pace in wide positions, but Ince brings 82 acceleration and 85 agility, which can make him really tricky down the wings. Also, a cold front setting in. That's brilliant. Who did that? Transfer woe on Merseyside. See how accurate BBC weather presenter Carol Kirkwood was with her deadline day forecast. Oh, Wigan aren't on that map.
Yeah. Right. Once I cut those two heads out of there, I'll just crop it to before the heads, and I'll save that one for the bank.
Now talk about warm fronts. Oh, thank you. That was terrible, wasn't it? Yes. Oh dear, we're as smutty as the Daily Star tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Right, Google, please don't fail me now. You're going to fail me, aren't you? Oh, here we go. Retro Unlim says, nothing happening. F off to bed. If she asked, something would be happening. Well, yeah. If she asked me to F off to bed, then what was this here? Still going to happen. Come on, Ricky. Come on, Ricky. Someone really wants Lambert to go to Aston Villa there. Oh, what's that? There it is again. More one fronts. Oh, we hear that West Ham has made a late bid for Adi. What was it? Adi Backdoor.
Yeah, very good. We have some breaking news from Scotland at last.
Hey!
I've just lost as I found it. It is involving Dundee United, possibly, but my computer's failing me. Here we go. This is from Sky sources. Dundee United have ended the pursuit of Hibernian midfielder Scott Allen after having multiple offers rejected. So Scott Allen not going to Dundee United. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's more interesting, isn't it? People saying such a body is not going somewhere.
Yeah.
And people actually signing. Who needs signings?
It would be interesting for Hibs fans because they'll be pleased to keep one of their star players.
Oh, yes. But, I mean, who needs signings when you can have almost signings?
Yeah, I mean, I could just say, actually, it turns out Rangers are not signing Lionel Messi.
Oh, that's because Wigan Athletic are. I hear it. You heard it here first. Retro Unlim says, Tom Ince is good downing the wings at KFC. I'll drink Coca-Cola to that.
I don't get the reference, but I'm sure it's funny.
Because they sell Coca-Cola at KFC.
Okay.
Oh, Gary Percy says also, has there been any dildos to the reporter's ears yet? I wonder if dildos is trending. Oh, look at that. It wants me to follow Dave Price. Should I? Should I? Should I follow him?
No.
Oh, go on.
I mean, yes, yeah, go on.
I don't
Actually,
know who these other people are.
An update on one of the ones I mentioned earlier on. You know, remember I mentioned that Dele Alli possibly signing for Tottenham Hotspur from MK Dons. Well, he has now passed a medical, and all that remains is for the paperwork to be finalised, and the under-19 international will be loaned back to the League One side until the end of the season. So,
Okay. Something else fishy going on there.
I hate all this stuff like clubs signing players in, putting them out back on loan. Why don't you just wait until the end of the season instead of doing that? I just don't
Maybe it earns them more money. Get them in as an asset, and then sell them on later on. Moneyball. That's what we're going to do. Adebayor is not going to QPR, confirmed. I think I read that, didn't I?
Yeah.
That's confirmed by Mr. Retro Unlim himself, who's the ultimate authority on all things football. I think we should do this for the Retro Unlim live stream, shouldn't we? Where we just have the comments ticking over like this. Would be quite good.
Yeah, I would say so. I would keep it interactive.
Yeah, and we could do it for the Twitter feed as well, couldn't we?
Yes.
Okay, back to the news ticker, and we have a picture of a dog leaning out of the window. It says, it wouldn't be the last hour of transfer deadline day without some Harry Redknapp wheeling and dealing. That's Harry Redknapp.
Harry Redyack.
Oh.
Harry Redyack.
Yep. Oh, I've just realised who it is on the BBC 5 Live feed. It's Barton. Joey Barton. Hold on, let's get him up. Let's listen to him. We can hear him talking. Hold on a sec. And you can look at that dog. That's a brilliant picture.
This season, although he admits it's the sporting director who deals with the transfers at the club.
And interestingly, and Bodge obviously is as we all know, is a Senegalese international who's due back from the African Cup of Nations today, and is not in Genk, which is a bad sign for someone who's meant to be in Genk today.
Have you been to Genk this morning?
I have. I get around, Joey.
Good man.
Although he wouldn't be
how...
the first player not to return to his club after that.
That is very true. Yeah, it's not always.
Wow, exciting indeed.
Hold on, I've got more sensational news, mates, and this is for Chris Canova. QPR have been attempting to sign Matt Jarvis from West Ham on loan and send Mauro Zarate back to Upton Park. But unfortunately, Premier League rules state a team cannot sign two loan players from the same team in one season, so the deal is off.
Oh, didn't they check that?
No, because they're stupid.
Oh, okay. Well, it's different in the lower leagues, I believe. Is that true?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know.
They change it every year. It's different.
Yes.
Okay, and maybe West Ham fans are set for more transfer news. The co-chairman David Gold has just tweeted the cryptic message, "Don't go to bed." Oh, I wanted to go to bed. Right, let's have a look to see if anybody has been tweeting to our hashtag.
Oh, good idea.
And we can report the grand total of no people. Hold on, let's look at all.
Hashtag Jim Shyte with a Y.
There you go. Please, tweet to that. And we'll send you Maltesers and stuff. Oh, Sega Saturn, lad. No. Don't get sidetracked, yak. Don't get side-yacked.
Side-yacked.
Sorry, that's terrible. Okay, breaking. Carton Cole to West Brom. Carton Cole. Oh, that's highly amusing. Okay, let's go to some more gossip. Darren Fletcher. No, I'm not reading that. Crystal Palace are poised to agree a $1 million deal for the Bolton Wanderers winger Lee Chung-yong, who is due to get the all-clear to play after a broken leg. Decent player, Chung-yong. I believe he's scored a few against Wigan Athletic in the last couple of seasons. He's made Wigan Athletic suffer, so He must be good. Well, actually, it doesn't take a lot to make Wigan Athletic suffer. So please don't take that seriously. Okay, so where can we go to find out the Scottish deadline news?
You can come exclusively to Jim Shyte, who will give you the news within the next minute.
An hour and 45 minutes left in Scotland. But let's just take a look at what's going on in Scotland. I can get this up for you. Okay, deadline day live. Celtic are closing in on a 2 million swoop for the Dundee United duo, but it doesn't say who it is. Well, thank you for that. dailyrecord.co.uk.
Daily retard.
Do you not
Sorry.
read that paper? Hold on, we can actually get this up. Let's get this up on the stream. I'm viewing this on a window that is not on the stream, so let's get this up. Do you want to say something there, Mr. Shyte, while I do this?
I am currently sourcing some Scottish news as we speak.
We need some bagpipes for this. Hey.
Hibernian striker Hefferman has moved to Dundee. There you go.
Hefferman? Was he on
Yes.
Rocco's Modern Life?
Yes. Dundee United, just to confirm what you were saying earlier on. Oh, that's two good signings for Celtic, which makes me gutted. But they're saying Gary Mackay-Steven and Stuart Armstrong, who are really two talented youngsters actually, so in Scotland, so that is two really good signings. And £2 million for the pair. I mean, that's good business.
Yes. And we do have some more news coming from Scotland, but I'm currently trying to get the cookie message off, and it won't remove itself. Piece of junk. You can always trust those cookies to get in the way. Oh, we have had a tweet. Let's go to it. Oh, go away. Blasted Daily Record.
There is actually, it's sensational, mates, sensational.
Whoa.
Rangers are trying to sign a player from Newcastle, which is, let's face it, not a major surprise, seeing as Ashley has now got his hand in both clubs. But Rangers try to sign under-20 midfielder Gail Bergamana on loan until the end of the season. But not went through yet, but that's definitely on our radar, our Rangers radar.
What's his name? Gail Bergaman.
Gail Bergamana.
Bergaman.
Bergamana.
Bergaman. He's signed from McDonald's United.
Yes.
Novaberg has tweeted. He says, "No happening, me bugger." And just as I say that, he's said something else. Here we go. He's tweeted our stream. Let's play that and have a stream within a stream within a stream within a stream. Look, Mr. Shyte, you're going to be live on a stream within a stream.
No.
Look, it's a stream within a stream.
It's going to, the internet's, we've broke the internet.
Thank you for that, Mr. Chris Weatherly, aka Novabug, for sharing that on Twitter.
Chris Canova.
Yes, Chris Canova, sorry.
More news from Scotland. Aberdeen have signed Kenny McLean from St Mirren.
Kenny McCormick?
Kenny McLean.
Ah, okay.
Understood to be a deal worth £300,000, which for a Scottish transfer is actually quite a lot.
How much was it again?
£300,000.
Novabug says, no movements at QPR at this time. We will still be okay. Just.
Yes.
And just to remind you, please do tweet to hashtag Jim Shyte, spelled with a Y, as you can see there. Oh dear, we have broken the internet. An error has occurred.
I told you we broke the internet.
Oh dear, and I didn't even have to show my face for it to happen.
Yes.
Oh look, a duplicate there. 2 duplicates. Interesting. Back to the ticker. Ali on his way? All right, we've read this out, sorry. Oh, here we go. Another Stevenage signing to tell you all about, guys. Oh! Danny Johnson has joined on a month's loan from Cardiff City.
Oh.
Who's Danny Johnson? Does anybody know about him? Please tell us all about him.
Isn't it that guy from Miami Vice?
Probably. Johnson! Danny Johnson!
Celtic are supposedly this is just gossip I'm quoting here, by the way, but this is according to the Daily Record. Celtic are supposed to be trying to sign Crystal Palace midfielder Barry Bannon on a deadline day move, but no confirmed news on that as yet.
Are you keeping your fingers crossed that they don't?
Yes, because they've already signed those two young Dundee United boys who are really good players, so it doesn't bode well for Rangers, even if they do manage to get up. The Celtic are just going to be even stronger with these signings, so no, it's not good.
How are Rangers doing this season?
Oh, they're about 13 points behind league leaders Hearts, so it looks like our best chance of getting up is via the playoffs.
Do you think you might be able to do it?
I think we should be able to get up for the playoffs, but it depends who. Basically, what happens is I think it's the second and third place teams playoff. That's what it is. Yeah, the second and third place teams in the championship playoff in a semi-final, and whoever wins that game then goes to the final to play off against the second bottom team in the Premiership. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You've got a good chance then, I think.
Yeah, it depends. If we get Hibs, if Rangers are second and Hibs are third, it's Hibs. Hibs beat us 4-0 a few weeks ago, so yeah, it's great. We might not even make it.
I think it's worth being in the Prem, isn't it, just for the TV money? What's the TV money like in Scotland?
It's a drop in the ocean compared to what the English teams are getting.
Really?
Maybe £10 million or something. From Sky Sports and BT Sports. So, the Scottish League, Scottish SPFL, whatever it's called these days, they don't even have a sponsor.
No. Wow.
Yeah.
At least they don't have the waste management company sponsoring them. I saw this on Twitter the other day. The Waste Management Open, live from Germany. It was sponsored by Waste Management. It's the rubbishest golf tournament ever.
I remember Hearts a season or two ago were sponsored by Wonga, and this is the time where Hearts were in administration and they didn't have enough money to pay their player wages. And I just said, that's a no-brainer. They're sponsored by Wonga, surely they can get a Wonga loan to pay off their wages, but nope.
Yeah, but didn't you hear that thing that happened with Wonga, where they had to pay a load of people a load of money back? So maybe they came in for a windfall after that.
Maybe that's why they managed to stay afloat.
Probably. So that was the Scottish news with this guy here, Mr. Jim Shyte, who has his own hashtag on Twitter. Please tweet to hashtag Jim Shyte with a Y. So that's JIMSHYTE. And we shall show it live. And you can say, oh, look, my tweet is live on the Retro Unlim live stream. I never thought I would see the day.
Indeed.
Indeedy doodly doodly doop 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 doodly. So, I have no idea who this bloke currently talking on BBC 5 Live is, but Joey Barton's still there. And to think he's probably getting paid thousands for this appearance, just chewing on a pink microphone, the swine. I remember on the second edition of Dave and Yakum, Dave really laid into Joey Barton. He's not a fan.
He seems a bit of a immature player, shall we say.
Well, you could put it that way. Or maybe he's incredibly clever. He's either very immature or very clever in that he knows what he's doing with the media and he's manipulating it. Yes. Oh, hold on a sec. We've had another tweet. And it's from Novabug once more. Yay. Do you want to read that out? Can you see that?
I've not got the comments.
Oh, okay, I'll read it out. Hashtag Deadline Day could have been processed on this year. And it's a picture of an Amstrad CPC 464. And there you go.
Well, Novabug, I challenge you to go and program a program that does that on the Amstrad.
Yeah, we want to transfer Deadline Day app for the Amstrad CPC 464.
Yes. I used to have, back in the day for the Commodore 64, I used to have a It was a football. It was kind of football coupons game, well, not a game, but it was like a cassette you put in. Basically you could put in to basically type in all the football scores from the last few weeks, and it would let you basically pick your football coupon for you.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Although it takes all the skill out of it.
I still didn't win the coupon, as well as anything else. I wasn't old enough to bet, but never mind.
Oh, okay.
It's for sad reasons.
Oh, well. My dad always used to let me have £1 on the Grand National.
Yes.
Although he had to put it on, obviously, because they don't let 5-year-olds put the Grand National on.
Of course.
Or do they? I don't know. Maybe in other cultures they do, but not in this one.
They may well do. They may well do.
They may well do. So the Amstrad CPC, I don't remember playing any football games for that. So, Novabug, can you recommend any?
Yes, I can recommend one on his behalf. I mean, by all means, I'm sure he'll post some, but he was actually playing on a live stream a game called League Challenge, which is a football manager game, and I jumped on the stream with him because the League Challenge is a game that I played for the Atari 65XE as well. So that was fun, yes.
Is there not a sensible soccer game for the Amstrad CPC?
No, Sensible Soccer was not released during that era, so it wouldn't have been.
Okay. Well, the Amstrad CPC ran to about 1993, I think, commercially, when they stopped selling it. Again, Novabug will be able to tell us about that.
Of course.
Unfortunately, guys, we have dried up on the comments, so please do leave them. What do you think is going to happen? Is something interesting actually going to happen tonight, or are we just going to sit here and babble on about nothing for ages? What's happening with your team? Request special customized transfer deadline day news packages from us. That's myself, Mr. Harry Redyack, and this dude, Jim Shyte.
Yes, mate.
Mates, Retro Unlim Live understands that this sucks, so please leave comments.
Also, as well as doing that, to get your tailored football transfer news from us, also let's come up with a topic that you can hashtag Jim Shyte or leave on the comments. And that topic is going to be, what is your favourite transfer deadline deal from the past?
Okay, yes, transfer deadline deals. And also, I'd like to add to that, if you want to answer this instead. Yes, where is Harry Redknapp's car? Where is Harry Redknapp's car? Please let us know, or your favourite transfer deadline day deals, at hashtag Jim Shyte with a Y. Okay, let's have a look here. Oh, not more Adabia stuff. Why is there a picture of the BBC logo and nothing else?
Adabia.
Adabia. Oh! Right. Rochdale manager Keith Hill may not look like a football hipster, but he is at heart. Here's what he had to say about Matty Dunn's move to Sheffield United. He's Rochdale, isn't he? Matty Dunn has had a hell of a time at the club. He's helped us get promoted, albeit in a different position, and has been magnificent since we moved him to a number 9/11 position. Any idea what that is?
Was that a Manchester accent?
That's supposed to be a northern accent, a strong northern accent, but it was terrible.
It's a bit Manchester, so.
Don't make me do the Manchester accent.
Don't make you do the Arnold Schwarzenegger accent.
No, Arnold Schwarzenegger from Manchester accent. Oh, hold on, we've got a tweet here.
Woo!
See what it is. Chris Weatherly at Nobabug says, unfortunately the CPC would get bored with deadline day. Footy games recommended would be League Challenge, Gaza 2 and Kickoff 2, which is terrible on the Mega Drive, but probably very good on the Amstrad CPC, if Mr. Chris Weatherly says so.
If the Amstrad was anything like the C64 for football games, then it probably had a lot of good football management games. I mean, there was an absolute ton of football management games on the C64. I had about 20 or 30 of them.
Jeez,
yeah.
You're like shrapnel in those days. Two penny coins.
$1.99 for $1.99 for the football game, I think it was.
That's fairly cheap.
Yeah.
You could probably code one yourself.
Yeah, I could have. I did actually dabble in like little light programming. I managed to make a Family Fortunes game.
Was it any good?
They're
Brilliant!
so racist.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
Thank you. That's the highlight of the evening. I'm going to write down the hashtag. Sorry, the time code for that. I'm going to put it in the highlights. Speaking of the hashtag Jim Shyte is on your screen right now. Tweet to it, or else I'll send Mr. Jim Shyte after you. But let's look at the comments. Hey! Novabug says, "You have opened the doors to infinity." Okay.
What?
Go on.
Sorry. Carlton Cole and Darren Fletcher are having their medicals at West Brom. Both deals are expected to go through without a hitch in the next half hour.
Oh, good. I hope that happens, because at least it'll mean something has happened on this transfer deadline day stream.
Actually, it's creeping up. It's only 27 minutes to the deadline.
We're going to have to count that down. Oh, the time is ticking away! Hear that? That is the clock literally ticking towards 11 p.m. and the English transfer deadline, and 12 p.m. in Scotland.
Yes. Why do we get an extra hour? That's what I want to know.
I'm not sure. I would have said it would be to bring it in line with Europe, but I guess you're not naughty like England. We had to put it back an hour because people were always blimmin' making the signings an hour after. So they put it back. What'll probably happen is in between 11 and 12 in England, a few signings will take place because they never stick to that deadline.
Well, it's up to FIFA whether they let them go through.
FIFA usually let them go through. You never usually hear about the ones that don't go through, do you?
No, I don't suppose you do.
It rarely happens. The Premier League has FIFA in their back pocket. Colo CPC says, "Oi, you, soccer time."
What?
Is that a reference to something, Colo? I think it is. To Harry Enfield. Oi, you, now, soccer time. Now, Jim Shyte. What a load of shite. Rah! That's the Self-Righteous Brothers, wasn't it? On the Harry Enfield show.
Yeah, you who hoops around and will be around forever.
Oh yeah, the hula hoops advert.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Oh well, whatever happened to him? He got run over by a train. No, he didn't really.
Done deal. Lennon signs for Everton. Tottenham winner Aaron Lennon has joined Everton on loan for the rest of the season. So there you go.
Lennon has signed for Everton. What? No. That was only a joke. Aaron Lennon.
Imagine that. Carry on.
Imagine that. Decent player, Aaron Lennon. That's all I've got to say about all these players, actually.
It's the fastest player in FIFA 15.
Yes, of course. Let's see if we can scroll down and find that again. That fantastic piece of... Oh, look at that. We've got a picture of Ricky Lambert from 10 past 8, rather. Where are we? Oh, that looks nasty. Let's have a look at some of these interesting pictures. Let's read this out because it concerns Wigan. From 20 to 9 earlier. Wigan have signed the wonderful named Gaetan Bong, a Cameroon international defender who was a free agent after leaving the Greek side, Olympiacos.
I'm pretty sure I read that one earlier.
Ah, you might have done.
Yes, I think I did.
We're not going to read that because it concerns... And we're not talking about on this stream. Panic signings. Did we miss this?
Another sensational done deal literally just happened within the last minute. Crystal Palace have signed winner Lee Chung-yong from Bolton.
Decent player.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say about them all.
Player. Yeah.
Decent player.
Quite fast in FIFA 15.
We need a resident FIFA expert, don't we? Okay, we have another tweet. Novabug says, "How about a football graphic adventure? Football Frenzy on the Amstrad CPC." And let's
how does that work?
picture. Oh, there's a picture.
Let's have a look. I don't know if I've heard of this game or not.
This sounds like something for Harry Redyack to play on his live streams.
Yes, I think I'll be interested to see that.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yes. Oh, I miss my old live streams. I'm going to bring them back where I just play some random Amstrad CPC games.
Yeah, definitely. Also, well remembered, not that he's going to be listening, but I want to wish happy birthday to Chris Shyte, whose birthday is today.
Oh, happy birthday, Chris Shank, for today.
And it's also, sorry.
Go on.
It's also Jamie's birthday. Jamie from Who Goes On Net, I Got Gameplay podcasts, and she's known as Shimiji on YouTube. So it's her birthday as well.
Well, happy birthday to you too. You share it with Transfer Deadline Day. I bet you're proud. Retro Unlim says, breaking news, Aaron Lennon to Everscum.
Already said it.
Yeah, we're behind.
Yeah.
Retro Unlim says, Wilfred Zaha to Palace on a permanent deal. And Channel Swift says, Oi! Nah! That's his impression of
I have to say I'm quite impressed that Channel Swift has stayed with us throughout this, because I didn't have him down as a football fan. So he must just be here because he loves us.
Well, I was going to say, can we have some more football video games footage, but I think things are going to hot up pretty soon, yes. So we better stay away from that, just in case the big money signings come through. Speaking of which, back to the ticker.
It's a dodgy ticker tonight.
Hold on.
Thank you.
We need a more extensive soundboard on the Retro Unlim live stream, ladies and gentlemen.
We need a big Ben for 11 o'clock.
Well, we've got this. Little Ben.
Somebody at the door.
It's just a small watch. It reminds me of Noel's house party. Because randomly he would say, There's somebody at the door.
Yeah, and it would be those two guys from the bowl.
Yeah, or Mr. Blobby.
Yeah. Blobby, Blobby, Blobby.
And he's here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Blobby, Blobby, Blobby. He's
Mr.
more,
Blobby,
yes,
Mr. Blobby.
He's more coherent than Jim Shyte and Harry Redyack put together. By the way, if you know what happened to Harry Redknapp's car, please tweet at us, #JimShyte, or leave your comments here in the comments section, which is probably more convenient. Either is fine by me. I am not bothered.
I can keep an eye on Twitter.
Yes, please do. And I'll keep an eye on the comments, because as the big money signings come in, it will no doubt get more congested, and we'll have to spread out the work. Now, what is happening on the BBC 5 live video feed? A bloke is shouting into a red microphone. Very interesting indeed. And that was the BBC 5 live update here on the Retro Unlim live channel. The Transfer Deadline Day special. That was the nearest sound effect I could get to unfortunately.
Right. I've got some. I've accidentally found a Jim White facts hashtag.
Go on.
Did you know that he played in 6 World Snooker Championship finals? He lost them all.
Any more?
A bulletproof vest wears Jim White for protection. When Alexander Bell invented the telephone, he had 3 missed calls from Jim White.
He was calling from the future, from the Large Hadron Collider.
Right.
No more?
There's plenty more, yes. Jim White never loses his hats, as he always remembers to hold on to them, apparently.
Well, guys, I wish we had some breaking news right now, but all we can bring you is knockoff Chuck Norris facts. But
most babies cry when they're born. Jim White shouted breaking news when he was born.
Breaking news, mate! Sky Sports News understands that I have been born, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Magnificent.
After his birth, Jim White was the first to report on his transfer from hospital to home.
This is brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, that's a bit dodgy. Jim White is so hard, he walked into Burger King and asked for a Big Mac and got one. There you go.
Maybe it's that bloke from wherever he's from, Aston Villa.
Oh, one more that I know you'll love. This is quite apt for tonight, actually. Jim White has full control of the button for Harry Redknapp's electric window.
Where is Harry Redknapp's car? Please let us know. Then I can go and steal it. Nobody's letting us know. So maybe it is stuck on Spaghetti Junction.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe it is being driven round the Top Gear test track by Jamie Redknapp.
By the Stig?
By the Stig, yes. Who is Jamie Redknapp?
All we know is he's called the Stig.
All we know is he's called Jim Shyte.
Yes.
Hashtag Jim Shyte, ladies and gentlemen. Right, any more deals, dudes? Apparently, moves are piling up in the Prem now, but what are your reactions to the day's moves? Ignore what it says there, and leave us comments. Let us know what you think, if indeed you do care, and if you hope that something will happen, or you are just going to go to bed right now, because I'm sure most of our watchers have already done so.
Some may actually be in their bed listening to the soothing voices of Harry Redyack and Jim Shyte.
The late night traffic news channel, Harry Yak with Jim Shyte. Yes. Apparently, Adebayo is off.
Yay!
Or his move to West Ham is being blocked by Daniel Levy. Unlikely to happen at this stage. That is breaking news from Mr. Ben Smith.
He didn't pay the levy.
He drove his Chevy to the levy. Yes, but Adebayo was dry. At a back door, according to Mr. Retro Unlim. Ha! Has anybody posted any comments? No, we need stuff. We need stuff to talk about. We need to feed on your comments, guys, so please do. Leave comments on the hashtag Jim Shyte.
What about Jim Shyte's retro tash, as now displayed on my screen?
Oh! Wow. That is amazing. All right, I know who that is. Jim Shyte was born with a mustache and mullet. Look at those stars in the background. He's floating through space.
Stars in his eyes.
Literally. He was born with... He actually looks very shell-shocked there. That's a second after he was told that Martin Ademwi had signed for Rangers.
Who?
I don't know, I just made that name up.
Alright.
There is an Odin Wingy. Savour that, guys. Savour it. Have you got any more retro, Tash? That would be fun.
I could give you some more Jim White facts if you want.
Please, please.
Jim White was once caught wrestling an anaconda. Turns out he was just masturbating. Jim White can access the internet or a walkie-talkie.
I can access it on teletext.
Jim White was the lead singer of the German techno group Scooter in the 1990s.
Oh, I didn't know they were German.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Don't think I'll get any more here.
Oh, never mind. There are 14 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, left until the closure of the transfer window. Exactly what is going to happen? Well, let's have a look at the feed and see if there are going to be any last-minute signings. Aha, French League One, but we do not care about those dumb Frenchies. Ooh la 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 la.
Controversial.
Controversial, but who cares? Because no French people are watching this right now. Because, of course, I know Arsene Wenger is an avid retro animer, but unfortunately, he did not see this live stream.
So Already tonight you've upset the Scottish and the French. Well done.
Joey Barton says, you say it's risky leaving it until 11:15 to negotiate, but surely it's the best time. Yes, because this is usually the time when Wigan Athletic flog all their best players and don't have enough time to get somebody in to replace them. And thus, we get relegated. But enough about my own woes. And who cares what Joey Barton says anyway, because Dave, aka Lombo's post 1975, hates him. So we must discredit all of his comments.
Jim White gets paid whatever the totalizer says at 11 PM and doesn't pay tax on it.
Oh, we've got a whereabouts of Harry Redknapp's car from Mr. Retro Unlim. He says Harry Redknapp's car is currently parked in Hampstead Heath. Monday is dogging deadline day.
Dogging?
In that voice as well. That was my best Harry Redknapp voice. It was terrible. Hold on. Just listen to this.
By the previous caller, who was excellent, and he said he was the best defensive wingman in the country. He's right, but it's a strange thing, isn't it? He works terrifically hard for the team.
Why? Thank you very much to Matt and Simon for their calls. Why hasn't he been more regular then, David?
Because quite simply, as we said earlier...
Oh, I wanted to catch Joey Barton saying something there, but every time I try, it moves to the other guy. Oh well, never mind. I'm sure it's all hotting up over there at BBC 5 Live, our sworn rivals with the pink and green microphones. Yes, who cares about Joey Barton when you could be listening to Jim Shyte with the moustache and Harry Redyack, sorry, right now on Transfer Deadline Day on Retro Unlim Live. There are 12 minutes remaining. Guys, get your comments coming in. Who would you like to sign? Who would you not like to sign? Where is Harry Redknapp's car? What are your favourite Transfer Deadline Day signings? Tweet to us, #JimShite, and leave us comments in the stream. And we shall read them out, as well as displaying them here on the screen. Colo CPC is one such person who has left a comment. He says, Footballer of the Year was a really okay soccer manager-ish, even though it was a bit more actiony than most manager games.
That's a good cut. I really enjoyed that one back in the day, and I can't remember. I think I either had it for Atari or the Commodore, but yeah, brilliant game. Loved it. I recently played it on emulation, and it just wasn't the same as what I remember. It wasn't as good.
Oh, so was that for the Amstrad CPC call, though? I need to know. I might look it up.
I think I played it on Atari 65 XE, and I absolutely loved it.
Ah, the Atari.
Basically, the concept of the game would be you earn so many points. I'm just trying to remember from memory. You earn so many points by doing different things, and then the more points you have, you could use in the game. And basically, you would just be taking a penalty. So you maybe say you had 5 points, you got 5 penalties to take in the game, and that's how you scored your goals in the game, got a result.
What, by earning points?
Yeah, earning points so you can take a penalty, basically.
Oh, jeez. Oh, well, I guess it's okay. Yeah. Well, we have currently on my television a Transfer Deadline Day special on the BBC. They have switched. Where are they currently? I think they're outside Old Trafford, talking about nonsense. Let's. Oh no, they're outside Chelsea's ground. Oh, and I am receiving news that Harry Redknapp's car has just driven past, and he was waving a dildo out of the window. But we missed it. Oh.
Novabug has just tweeted the hashtag JimShite again with a Y, and he's given us a link to a YouTube video where Jim Shite had a slip of the tongue.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I'm going to have a look at it now.
Well, unfortunately, we can't pump the sound through. We can only pump the sound through.
I'll comment on it. I'll comment on it.
Okay, I'll play it.
Right.
It might break down again. It did last time.
I'm playing it just now. Can you hear that?
Yeah, it's broken down on the stream, unfortunately.
Can you hear that?
Yes.
I didn't hear what I said.
Was that it?
I can't hear it properly. I'll need to look at it. Look at it after the show.
Okay, okay. It sounded interesting, whatever it was.
Yes.
It's always interesting. Oh, when the commentators accidentally swear.
It wasn't just accidentally swearing. They accidentally made a racist remark.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a good job we couldn't hear that then, wasn't it? We don't want that sort of thing happening on our streams.
The real Jim White, the real Jim White used to be a football correspondent up in Scotland, and so I'm just trying to turn that off. And he once was interviewing Brian Laudrup from Rangers, and his opening question was, "Brian, why are you so good?"
That's brilliant journalism.
Yes. Jim White, of course, is known as being a Rangers fan. So.
Okay, so live from the Beeb. As we enter the final 10 minutes of the window, West Brom are hopeful of landing 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 targets. Ooh. And Adafal on the floor's future remains up in the air. My 3-hour window for cooking some brisket earlier was criticised by some bloke on Twitter who advises that we now have just enough time to rustle up an egg and ham toasted sandwich in the Breville. Magic. And also, Lennon has signed for Everton. Mr. BBC, you should keep up. I think they get in the news live from this stream.
I think they are.
Taking him, I doubt will be taking on 100% of his wages. And, you know, you've got a player who's of real quality, and especially for half a season anyway, he can commit and give you, exactly what either club needs that takes him.
I can't see Tottenham lending him to West Ham because what you effectively...
Take that off because it's Phil Neville. Don't want to listen to him. I hope that was interesting. Yeah. Once again, I tried to get an interesting comment up, but it completely failed. Never mind. Once it will happen. Oh, there you go. Juan Cuadrado is a brilliant signing. He has got great running power from box to box, and often he can be found isolated on his own up front. He is a good dribbler, but is devastating when he passes and moves forward. And thank you very much for that, the BBC Sport correspondent, Philip Neville.
His brother Gary has also been speaking on Sky Sports, but he's speaking about Man United, so we'll skip past that. And this is an interesting one. A tweet coming in. Unfortunately he's not tweeted Jim Shyte, but he's tweeted on his own page. Tim Cahill, ex-Everton player, said, "I will be making an announcement today at 10:30 AM Australian time regarding my playing future. Thank you all for your kind messages. Hashtag Tim Cahill." So that'll be 11:30 our time. So don't know what that's about.
Are we going to even wait 35 minutes for that? Is it worth staying up?
No.
No, it isn't. Colo CPC says that game that we mentioned earlier, Footballer of the Year, is on the Amstrad CPC and most of the 8-bits as well. Yes. He thinks. So I'll go and download a ROM of it.
Sky Bet are taking odds on Adebayor's next club. QPR 5-6 on. West Ham 2-1 and to stay at Tottenham 6-4. There you go.
Ah, that means it's not going to happen.
Yes.
Because they're always wrong, those bookies. Retro Unlim says, why hasn't he been regular? No bran in his diet. I'm not quite sure what he's referring to, though, but we probably talked about something irregular earlier, because we usually do. There are now 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, clubs out there, well, 4 minutes now. Everybody out there, if you want to sign somebody, you have only got less than 240 seconds to do it, because the time is ticking away. No! Final 5. Oh, look, Jermaine Jimis.
Noah is telling me that that footage I was trying to play of Jim White earlier on, he actually said Queen's Park Rangers by mistake.
I thought that was quite funny the other week when Van Gaal said he called Queen's Park Rangers Queen's Park Raisins. Queen's Park Raisins.
Hey.
Somebody must have done a Photoshop of that. They're talking about Cuadrado again. Who cares about Cuadrado? We want to hear more about Jim Shyte. And there he is. in all his mustachioed glory. Well, incidentally, what is he appearing on there?
It may just be Scotland Today, which was the STV news programme, because he used to be the sports anchor on that and then he went on to present Scott Sport, which is a Scottish football show, and he also presented a Scottish game show. It was like, kind of like a Scottish version of like one of these panel shows that you get, like 8 out of 10 cats, that sort of thing.
Okay.
So he was that, and then I think that's when he moved down to England to do Sky Sports.
So did he do a lot of sports presenting before he moved to England?
Yeah, that's how we all those guys in Scotland knew him before he was in Sky Sports. He done lots of stuff for STV, and then he gets snapped up for bigger things.
And he basically went from that to the biggest person in the history of football.
Yes.
No more comments. So we're going to stay on the ticker for the last 2 minutes and 6 seconds of the transfer deadline window. In England, there's another hour after that, remember, in Scotland. But I'm not sure about other countries. I think it might have ended in some other countries. Although mostly it's 11 p.m. GMT. As we count down, there are less than 2 minutes. Oh, something about Darren Fletcher there. Ooh. He's missed so much football for his club team because of his illness, but he wants to just play football now. He will give great experience and leadership to West Brom. I would have appreciated him coming to Wigan Athletic. And there's still time for Chris Commons. Is that his first name, Chris?
Yes, Chris with a K.
Chris Commons, yes, of course. Why am I thinking of Alf Common? I don't know.
I was thinking of Wimbledon Common.
Wimbledon. Have they done any deals? Well, it's too late to see because there are now 70 seconds remaining, guys!
Well, the old London empty Dons have sold the player to Spurs and won them back.
Oh, yeah, of course. It was a Womble.
Yes. Remember, he had a Womble.
He was just going there so we could clean up, and then he came back again. Hey, Uncle Bulgaria! That was the worst joke of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. We're scraping the bottom of the barrel because literally nothing interesting has happened this transfer deadline day. We hope that we have made it slightly more bearable for you. Yes. Is there time just to find out quickly where Redknapp's car is before the deadline window closes?
It's currently in the Channel Tunnel.
Being driven by Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yes.
No, don't make me do the voice.
No,
right.
No. Don't. Move on.
Yes, move on. 15 seconds remaining!
Ooh.
But I'm sure some will happen at the last minute, so we'll stick around for about 10-15 minutes afterwards to see if anything filters through. But here we go. 2, 1, 0, and that is the end of the English transfer deadline window. We hope you enjoyed it, because I did not. It was pretty good, really, apart from the fact that I fell asleep 3 times.
And I won about 10 times.
Yeah, it's, in honesty, it's not been the greatest transfer window ever, but like I say, hopefully you have enjoyed this stream. So let's see if we've got some more comments on those breaking news stories. Probably not, because they've all gone to bed. It is a Monday night, and nobody in their right mind would be staying up to this hour, especially not to listen to a couple of idiots whittering on about the transfer deadline window. Transfer window deadline, sorry. Do I keep saying transfer window deadline or deadline window? I'm sorry.
I didn't even notice.
Well, that's good. Nobody else noticed. At least I hope they didn't. No more comments. Okay, so, as I say, oh, look at that. A picture of a clock there, denoting it's the end of the transfer window. We'll stick around for a bit longer to see if anything filters through. But before we leave, I shall ask my colleague, Mr. Jim Shyte.
Yes.
What have you thought of this transfer deadline special?
If I could sum it up in 10 letters, I would say...
And if I could sum it up in 11 letters, I'd say...
Hey.
Okay. Wilfred Boney, Swansea City to Man City for a fee of 25 mil, rising to 28.
Ooh.
I think that was the most costly. Gabriel, Villarreal to Arsenal for a fee of 11.2 mil. He was an ever-present for Villarreal.
Well, dreams can come true.
Ah, yes, of course. Hold on a minute. Villarreal is just a fancy way of saying real Villa. Anyway, Andre Kramaric from FC Rijeka to Leicester City for a fee of 9 million. These are, incidentally, the highest money signings, I think, on transfer deadline day or in this window. Yes, in this window. Jermaine Defoe, Toronto FC to Sunderland in a swap with Jozy Altidore.
Toronto will be busy this transfer window.
Yes, Kyle Norton, Spurs to Swansea for a fee of 5 mil.
Yeah, Manchester City's £28 million signing of Boney was the most expensive signing this window.
Jack Cork, Southampton to Swansea, 3 million.
Busiest clubs so far in the transfer window have been Crawley Town, who've signed 9 players.
Oh. Was that your cat, by the way?
That was my cat. That was cat Shyte.
Good job it wasn't your stomach.
Yeah.
Okay, we've had a done deal here. Bertrand has gone to Saints. A bit of a surprise, this one. Southampton have completed the permanent signing of the left-back Ryan Bertrand from Chelsea after his successful loan spell. And that was obviously confirmed very close to 11 o'clock, because that was reported on the BBC website at a minute past. Lee and Bannon in a swap deal. Crystal Palace have signed Chong Young from Bolton, with the Scotland midfielder Barry Bannon joining Bolton on loan. We've said most of these. I'm just repeating them for the people who've just joined us.
I was saying Barry Bannon was on the radar for Celtic, but he's went to Bolton. Who, funnily enough, are Mize, but ex-Celtic manager New Lennon, so that's a bit of a link.
Unfortunately, Wigan Athletic haven't done any deals on this show, although they did just before we came on at 20-9. What about Range? Go on.
Sorry, I know you said earlier on about Fraser Fife. I can't remember if you said they'd been released by Wigan, but he's actually moved to Hibernian.
Oh, okay. He had his contract terminated at Wigan, I believe.
He's joined Hibs.
Yeah. The issue with Fivey was he was never really given enough of an opportunity. The problem is with Wigan Athletic at the moment, as it's been for the last couple of years, the squads have been too big, and so many good players who could potentially be the next big thing have been just resting, picking splinters out of the backsides on the bench.
Yeah. He's a good little player. He done really well for Aberdeen.
He's an FA Cup winner. I believe he has an FA Cup medal. He won it with Wigan Athletic. He played in a lot of the earlier rounds, and then all the big guys came in the later rounds and stole the limelight. But we shall never forget Fraser Fivey.
Okay.
FA Cup winner.
A couple of Scottish moves. Dundee have been busy today in Scotland, and that's Dundee, not Dundee United. They've signed Stephen McGinn from Sheffield United. They've also signed Paul Hefferman from Hibernian, and there was one more that was higher up. I'm sure I've signed 3 players. Hold on a second. Steve McGinn, I said to him. Steve McGinn, Paul Hefferman, and I lost the other one, but they've signed 3 players anyway.
Okay, and they could still sign more players because there's still 55 minutes in the Scottish transfer window. We're not going to stay until 12, ladies and gentlemen.
And it's Ben Priest. Ben Priest from Wolverhampton also signed.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Holy moly! Nobody got that. Callum McManaman has gone to West Brom. Go on.
So I just got it.
Callum McManaman has gone to West Brom for a fee of 5.7 million. Currently, the BBC are making me cry by showing all this footage of him scoring fantastic goals. Please take over.
What else has happened?
Mark Hughes has brought in the Germany defender Philipp Volscheid to Stoke, with Robert Huth moving to Leicester on loan until the end of the season, reports BBC.
We were talking earlier on about the transfer deadline being closed, and you said it's maybe closed in other countries. Well, I can confirm Germany is closed at 5 o'clock tonight. Italy was 10 o'clock. France was 11 o'clock. Scotland, as you say, is going to be midnight. Portugal was 5 o'clock on the 4th of February, and Spain's is closed already. So, yeah.
Guys, you're missing out by closing it so early. Right, let's go back to Twitter just for a second here. Bong, the transfer window is now shut for the English clubs. Got some pictures of some of the deadline day signings there. And Ryan Bertrand, congratulations, he has completed a permanent deadline day move to Saints. Check out this Twitter heat map for the global interest on deadline day. Let's have a look at this pic. If it'll load. Oh, that is the whole pic. It's had 208 retweets. Sorry if that's coming in a little bit blurred, but hopefully you can just about make that out. Oh, here we go. I can get a larger pic. That's better. So can you see that there, Mr. Shyte?
Hold on.
Well, basically everything's been happening in Europe, but on the east coast of America as well. South America.
Toronto.
Basically nobody cares in Australia. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Well, we're still waiting for that Tim Cahill announcement.
Yeah. There's a lot going on in... Is that China? Thailand? Malaysia? Those sorts of places. The Premier League is huge.
That's the story of Premier League. All the Premier League players go over to meet up with some ladyboys.
Oh. So a very interesting infographic there. I highly recommend you download that and put it as your desktop picture.
Do you mind if I don't?
What's this here? Oh! There you go. How do I play that again? I don't know. Oh well. I don't know anything about Vine. Here we go again in case you missed it. It's a gentleman waving a dildo in somebody's ear.
Yeah,
he's not bothered.
Obviously you listened to us earlier on and went out and done it. Thank you for that.
No, that was last year. It says there, Paddy Power. Right then, not much happening this deadline day. Time to relive a highlight of last year.
Got you.
And there's some confirmation about Lee Chung-Young. That's a fairly interesting signing, I would say. But since it's not in the Prem, it doesn't matter. Oh, here we go. MK Dons. They have completed the signing of Keith Andrews on loan to the end of the season.
Ooh, how exciting.
And let's hit all to see if we can find out exactly where Harry's car is. Nope. Worst deadline day ever. Super Bowl last night. Deadline day this evening. I really must have some sleep that is more substantial than I have been of late. What? What? That made no sense, sir. Shame on you. Oh, look at that watch. We could basically just do all this for a future live stream, couldn't we?
Just load up other people's websites on the stream.
Yeah. Cheat and get in other people's content. Right. Such an anticlimax, I should say, ladies and gentlemen. And that's it. Deadline day is gone. So let's check for one last time the comments that we have had on the stream. And then we are going to close up because I feel I'm going to fall asleep again. Nope, no more comments and no more news. Oh, we've got some information about Callum McManaman we know all about, however, so I'm not going to read that out. Is Leon Clark the man to keep Wigan up? Really? We've signed Leon Clark? Where's that come from? Okay. So I guess we can confirm maybe that Leon Clark has signed for Wigan. Or maybe he's going to sign on loan. I don't know. Mr. Shyte, can you look that up? Hold on, I'll look this up. Mr. Shyte, are you there?
Yes, I was trying to find some more Jim White sayings, but I can't find the tweet I had earlier. I can't find the hashtag that I had earlier, so...
Oh. Okay, we shall leave that matter about Leon Clark. Why are we currently seeing Ben Watson score the winning goal in the FA Cup final? any excuse to see it again. They're currently talking about Wigan Athletic.
Oh, good, I found the hashtag
UK
again.
Dons have brought in Devante Cole, son of Andrew, on loan from Manchester City.
Sorry to cut you off there, go on.
Sorry, I was going to say I found the hashtag again, so I can give you one or two last Jim White facts before we go, if you want.
Yes, please.
Right. Right. I think I can anyway. The FA says a transfer is not officially complete until I announce it. That's what my Jim White fact.
Oh, what's this about Hull City? A deal sheet has been submitted for a late move. But, unfortunately, we're not going to be sticking around to see what happens with that, because these things could roll on for up to a week. They have done in the past. I'm sure that when you open your paper tomorrow morning, a few more official deals will have been done. Yes. But for now, we're going to leave you, ladies and gentlemen. So, Jim Shyte, you have anything to say in closing about this stream?
I would just like to say it's very unsensational, mates. And one more fact before we go. Jim White has a bear carpet in his living room. It's not dead, it's just afraid to move.
Oh, you were going to say it's his moustache then?
Hey.
Hey! And with that, we're going to close out this stream. Hope you've enjoyed it, and thank you very much for joining us. Jim,
right.
Jim, are you asleep?
Yes.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
Ahoy there!
Wake up!
Ahoy there, Jim White. Jim Shyte has gone to sleep. I am the executioner.
Oh no! Mr. Executioner, what football team do you support?
Oh, Orlando Pirates. Or.
Of course! Well, have you made any fantastic deadline day signings?
No, we have not got anybody to sign them.
You made a late signing of some grog?
Yes, I've got me grog.
Executioner, would you like to close out this stream?
Thanks for tuning in, me Harries, and avast!
Avast, ye landlubbers! Arr!